Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. It might be afternoon by the time you see this. It is February. It is April 9th, 2025. It is a Wednesday, and lots to talk about. Actually, it's not a whole lot, but there's enough to talk about in the news today. However, I'm wondering if you also know what today is. I didn't know this until I turned on the computer, and it was like everywhere. But today is also Unicorn Day. Oh. So I decided that I would open my old Snapchat, take a look around. Hi. Was it cute? Was it cute? And this one, she's just waiting for me behind the bowling alley, I guess. There's popcorn, too. Popcorn. I'm a colonel. I will crack your tooth. There's caramel, not caramel corn, what am I? Candy corn. I'm candy corn. Nobody likes me. And I'm banned because I have red food dye number 3 in me. We have regular corn. Hi. You're going to be hearing a lot from me very soon because I'm highly affiliated with the company we're going to be talking about today. And this is a cute one. Hi. Oh my God. Go for it, girl. That's nice. I like that one. Boring. This one's cool. Hi. Rock on. All right, anyway, I could do this all day, but I won't. Shake it off. Shake it off. All right. So, okay. I have been waiting to actually read this article until I was here with you guys because I thought that would be fun, right? Just throw me into the fire like that. Why not? I'm a professional. All right. So, speaking of corn, if you don't know who Cargill is, you don't know much about the food industry. Cargill's been around forever. They are in Minnesota. Let's see if it says here where. Minnetonka, Minnesota. They are one of the very, very few and last family-owned, non-publicly traded companies in food, in all business. I think there's not many of them left. They've had a very checkered past, very controversial past, and Cargill, we could do a whole deep dive for like 2 hours on Cargill alone. But I keep it's like I keep holding out hope for them because every time I see something positive in the news about them, that they've done something with sustainability or innovation or expansion or employees, I turn right around and there's always just another controversy or another bad story about them around the corner. And that is exactly what happened this morning. So that's pretty good. I was at Natural Expo West a couple weeks ago, which is a big trade show down in Anaheim. And it's all of the like natural foods and cleaner labels and innovative packaging and stuff, eco packaging. And I saw Cargill there. And I was like, what? And I wanted to curse. Are you doing here? Like, are you kidding me? I don't think a lot of people liked the fact that because they're huge. They had this huge booth, just like Big Corp, taking up this big fat booth with all these little companies around them, just swallowing them up. And so that left a bad taste in my mouth, literally. But I saw this morning. The only place I've actually seen it is their press release. I don't know if anyone's picked it up yet for real. But Cargill Innovations win 2025 Edison Awards for transforming the future of food. Don't you dare steal my name, Cargill. Okay, and agriculture. So, which is ironic because they are one of the worst polluters of the atmosphere with all of their high fructose corn syrups and soy lecithins and cottonseed oil. And the thing about Cargill is they are one of those companies where it's like Ticketmaster. Like they own the crop, they own the seed, they own the farmer, they own the production, they own the ships and the transportation, and then they, and the pack, like they turn it into the high fructose corn syrup, or then they turn it into the soy lecithin, and then they sell that, and then it just keeps feeding around and around, kind of like a Ticketmaster, like sells you the ticket. They own the ticket, they own the venue, they own the sub venue, they own the merchandise, they own the tour bus, they, you know what I mean, they own half of the record sales or whatever it is. All the promos, all the VIPs, all the boxes, it all goes back into Ticketmaster or Live Nation's pockets. It's all very woven. That's what Cargill does every step of the way. They own it. And they, I don't know. So let's just see what they won awards for, shall we? Okay. They won for, oh, you're not going to tell us? That's cool. Oh, here it is. Okay. Winter camelina for biofuels. Cultivated grade media. Customizable, more affordable cell. Media is like lab research, not like media. It's an affordable cell culture media designed to help emerging protein technologies. Oh, so you're getting into the cultivated meat department. You're getting into lab grown now. You're getting into maybe a little plant-based, little fermentation there. Okay. So that means that they're going to try and just wipe out anybody who's done some significant science over the last few years. I think Nestle's getting into the cultivated meat department too. So we'll see what's going on there. They're kind of BFFs right now, but we'll see. Bronze, Cargill natural flavors. Oh, so they're ditching all their petroleum-based like flavors and colors and additives. Okay, cool. A proprietary blend of natural antioxidants that extend the shelf life of ground beef. Oh, I get it. I spoke too soon. So sort of like how Impossible Burger has heme, which gives it that hemoglobin, blood-like texture and color. I think they're developing something like that too, but it's for ground beef. Okay. So basically they're trying. Okay. It says minimizing food waste. I'm going to put on my little highlighter here. Okay. Proprietary blend of natural antioxidants that extends the shelf life of ground beef by up to 5 days. So it's similar to product. It's just for ground beef, not for plant-based. So it's a preservative that they're calling natural. Okay. Cargill Currents. Oh, is this the global water challenge that tackles water challenges by tailoring solutions to address local needs? No, this is more philanthropic. So they also have, Cargill has been developing these huge wind sails, like scary big, that they're trying to harness wind power for energy. Again, good on them, right? Okay, so reveal layers here. First of its kind technology, infrared. Boost egg production. What is it? A first of its kind technology that accurately and non-invasively, ask the hen, measures laying hen's body composition on site using near infrared. It enables real-time dietary adjustments to reduce feed costs, extend laying periods, and boost egg production by up to 20 eggs per head. So basically, they're GMOing the actual animal now. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speaking off the cuff here, but that one sounds a little strange. I'm going to look into that one too. All right, biofuels is okay. So just as I was rolling this article into ChatGPT, like, hey, will you summarize this for me? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and hey, pull up some recent news of them too. Like, I just want to give a smattering of what they're normally in the media for, right? And wouldn't you know it, I just went and did my own search, and the first thing that came up was this. Hold on. Cargill complained about a state employee's unprofessional tone. He was fired. This is the kind of mafia stuff that Cargill pulls. Okay, so I haven't read this yet either, and I'm dying to know. And this was released 2 days ago. Okay, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency fired an employee who publicly questioned the company's practices. Oh, you can fire me, Cargill? It's fine. I don't work for you anyway. Okay. Minnesota Pollution Control Agency fired an employee who publicly questioned the company's practices. Well, it is Minnesota. And Cargill owns Minnesota. I wonder what Tim Walsh thinks of Cargill. Anyway, environmentalists have long feared that Minnesota state regulators have been captured by local industry heavyweights, allowing big companies like Cargill and 3M, not much better, 3M is actually worse, to shape environmental policy in their own interests instead of the public's. What? No, that never happens. Never happens that big companies will pay off some lobbyists or grease the palms of farmers or lawmakers, legislators, to just slide right through, right? Whatever it is, the loophole, find it, right? Here's money, find my loophole. But no one would accuse Derek Pennington, a conservation scientist hired by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency last year, of being captured by industry and by Cargill in particular. Plot thickens. Pennington is active on social media, especially LinkedIn, where he shares his original hand-drawn editorial cartoons with captions critiquing the country's biggest food and agricultural companies. What is your username? I am going to friend you right after this. And ineffective attempts by regulators to rein in pollution. Agreed. He's developing a following of nearly 7,500. My man, good job. And companies' marketing posts offer a ripe opportunity to question their sustainable claims. Yeah, of course. So he's drawing cartoons about big food, big corp, Wall Street, all this, DC. It's all food for fodder. From the perspective of Cargill, however, such thin skin for such a rich company. Pennington's assertive posture with the Minnesota-based food industry giant, including direct messages to a Cargill employee, was unprofessional when they alerted the MPCEA, the agency said. The case underscores the complexity of free speech issues for government agencies, said David Larson, a professor at Mitchell Hamline School of Law. Unlike private employers, public employers like MPCA are governed by the First Amendment, but the state can still fire employees when managers believe the employee's speech interferes with the agency's interest in maintaining an efficient and effective workplace. I mean, I don't know about Minnesota, but most states are fire. Well, we do have protections, but it's not that hard to get around them, Before he was onboarded to the agency, Pennington told the hiring supervisor that he was an unpaid cartoonist and essayist on the side, and asked if he would be able to continue his activities outside while working for the MPCA. It's been a way for me to engage both my right and left brain when communicating my science, to publicly critique the many private and public. Okay, all right, of course. Manager checked in with Human Resources, confirmed that he would be allowed to continue. There was no conflict of interest, no financial, right? Ensuring that every Minnesotan had clean air, sustainable lands, clean water was his mission. In August, Pennington messaged a Cargill staffer on LinkedIn and asked some technical questions about the company's oil seeds, like cottonseed oil, soybean oil, soy lecithin. I could go on. Investments, and criticize its sustainability work. Well, it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. The employee responded, offering a couple times to talk on the phone rather than via direct message. Well, duh. I mean, that's where you went wrong, buddy. Call me skeptical given my experience with Cargill's sustainability team, Pennington wrote at one point. Oh, click the photo for the phone. I love this. This is better than the heck says divulging. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Can I click it? Oh, it's not gonna really work. I will. Oh, Okay. Well, all right. Okay. Okay. We'll see what that looks like a little bit later. Or I'll take a screenshot and post it somewhere for you. Those messages made their way to Cargill higher ups. And in August, Cargill Government Relations Director Gary Kay emailed the head of the MPCA's climate division. So Gary Kay is like the tattletale in this scenario. Kay wrote to the MPCA, our concerns lie with the accusations of greenwashing and just the unprofessional nature of Mr. Pennington's tone. Asking for future planned investments, market insights, and what we're paying our producers, in our opinion, is wildly outside the scope of a state regulator. I mean, they're not entirely wrong. I mean, I don't know if he was trying to get some dirt or maybe make some investments. Who knows? Pennington said his direct message to the Cargill employee were personal interests and unrelated to the agency. Please allow me a quick introduction. Sorry to have made our concerns lie with the accusations of greenwashing. Okay, so that's the letter. You guys, I'll put the link to this in the chat if you care. I do. One of Pennington's supervisors sent him a memo stating that by listing the MPCA as his employer on LinkedIn, Pennington had given the impression that he was speaking on behalf of the agency. You guys, this is not entirely untrue. You have to be careful if you're moonlighting or if you're on social media and you are employed by a rather large company. Guys, you guys know, if you don't, I used to work at Nestle, and everybody also knows that I don't have a lot of bad things to say because my experience with Nestle was not bad, right? But it was made very clear, like, hey, we take care of the social media. You know, when it comes to like your friends and your family, yeah, go. But pretty much don't wear your Nestle coat on your private social media, please. And don't post anything about your job on your private social media, please. I'm paraphrasing, but it makes perfect sense. I mean, they can't have their employees going out there wearing their uniforms or talking about their food or posting about the company when it's not sort of regulated PR or marketing. It all has to go through the correct and proper channels. So I get it. Hold on. Pennington removed the MPCA from his LinkedIn and continued posting his cartoons. He said he believed his posts were protected by speech, wasn't disclosing any information by removing the MPCA. Okay. Then in November, Pennington commented on one of Cargill's LinkedIn posts promoting the company's carbon market program, Regen Connect. I wonder if he's going to say the same thing I'm thinking, which is that I was so excited to hear that Nestle and Cargill were teaming up for this regenerative farming project. And then there was a third company called Regen Connect that was supposed to sort of do some oversight to make sure that everything was going okay. And then when I looked into Regen Connect, it was owned by Cargill. I was like, of course it is. Of course. You own the company that's doing your own oversight. Okay, great. Cargill, what percent does this 1 million acres represent relative to your total U.S. farm acres? Okay, so it's not the same thing. Iowa alone has over 28 million acres planted in corn and soy a year. So he wanted to know how much were they investing in actual regenerative farming practices, or was it just a sliver of all the land that they own? Pennington says the message and the comment Cargill complained about weren't related to his work and couldn't have been because MPCA doesn't regulate those issues. True. Kay then emailed the MPCA chief of staff. As I mentioned the first time, we view posts on this website from government employees as distinct from private citizens. Additionally, we take issue with the tone. And the facts he puts forward. Okay. 5 days after the second complaint, Pennington was fired. Just days before he reached his 6-month anniversary. Well, that's not very long. Yeah. It tracks, though. I mean, it does. It tracks. I hate to say it, but that's a very, very, very fine line to walk. I can't believe I'm saying it. But when you work for government agencies or when you work for big corporations, there's just protocol you have to follow. And that just means shutting the hell up, basically, minding your P's and Q's, making sure you're just not saying anything out of turn. Unfortunately, he learned it the hard way. I still think it's kind of his free speech, but I would have liked to have seen that maybe they had written him up or put it in writing that maybe he was kind of on a warning, and that the next infraction could be one thing. I still think that, Cargill did not have to make a big issue out of it, but they knew that they could. So they did. Oh. Lord, it is a hot one for Cargill today. Oh my God. They literally just announced, this showed up on my feed. Cargill launches feed additive to help mitigate effects of avian E. coli. So basically, I think what they're saying is that they're going to put something in the chicken food so that, is it an antibiotic? Is it an antibacterial? It's basically trying to fight off the avian flu that's been killing all of our flocks of chickens and making egg prices so sky high. So I'm going to open this up, but I need to do a little research into Cargill's stronghold on the egg producing industry. There's another company called cal-maine. I will pull them up for you right now, and I've been wanting to talk to you guys about this too. cal-maine. cal-maine. Oh my God. Today. Oh my God, look. Now cal-maine. U.S. egg giant cal-maine says government is investigating price increases. So cal-maine, when they did their year-end results at end of quarter, fiscal quarter 2024, they made something like 500% profit last year. They are like the middleman between the egg farmers and the grocers, okay? So they were the middle guy who were just jacking up the prices, and they made 500 times more profit. And it's kind of crappy if you think about it, because I'm giving this ad extra time, aren't I? It's kind of crappy if you think about it, because why? Because they literally could have only made 200 or 300% more profit and saved us a couple bucks at the grocery store. But no, they had to make 500 times profit. It was that important to them. So let's see what this says, and then I will go back to Cargill. Egg giant cal-maine says government is investigating prices. Oh, this little guy is making me mad. All right. Shares of cal-maine Foods, the largest U.S. egg producer, fell in after-hours trading Tuesday after the company acknowledged it's being investigated by the Antitrust Division of the U.S. Department of Justice. Holy cannoli. That is nuts. Okay. I'm still trying to get this to go away. Whatever. Ridgeland, Mississippi-based cal-maine, why did I think they were in Maine? Said it received notice of the investigation into egg price increases last month. That's when we all found out about it. And they're cooperating with the investigation. The company's shares fell more than 4%. That's nothing. Egg prices have hit record highs in recent months, largely due to the bird flu epidemic that has forced farmers to slaughter more than 166 million birds. Okay. I'm just going to get to the good stuff. Boo, 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 boo. So it nearly doubled to $142 billion in its fiscal third quarter, which ended March 1st. It's primarily due to higher egg prices. So there you have it, folks. It's pretty interesting. We go back to the Cargill. Cargill launches feed additive to help mitigate effects of avian E. coli, bird flu. One of many challenges, decreasing egg production, prices, all this stuff. Okay. Unique categories, a postbiotic with a phytogenic. This unique combination supports bird immunity and enhances gut health. Sounds like a yogurt commercial. Understands that raising layers of strategic marketing and technology innovation director. Strategic marketing and technology. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it all comes together. Poultry, biostrong, good farm practices, mitigate the effects. Cargill animal nutrition feeding trials aimed at evaluating the efficacy of BioStrong Seed Protect show that APEC challenge hens receiving the product late in the layer production cycle produced eggs at a rate of 82.9%, significantly higher than the challenged control group at 65%. I'll put this in the link down below, in a link down below as well. Okay, so something's going on because they are just, it's like rapid fire media today. I also asked, let's see if I have it here. I got some good news from them. And then there was some other news that I wanted to get to for Cargill. Things like they too are being investigated for falsely raising turkey prices. Don't know if they're calling it price gouging or whatnot, but it's definitely something that they're looking into. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that's my logo. Let's see if we got this real fast here. Cargill. Turkey news. So they're shutting this down in Springdale, and I think this news is the turkey processing plant that came right after the news that I think they had to pay out. Yeah, here we go. Cargill agrees to a $32 million settlement in turkey price fixing lawsuit. So this was January 6th, and this January 28th. So 10 days later, they were like, oh, well, we're going to have to pay out $32 million. We're just going to shut down the plant altogether, and 1,100 people are going to lose their jobs. This is what I'm talking about. You get one great piece of news from Cargill, you turn around, something shady going on. All right, let's see what happened here. Okay, let's just do this one more time, you guys, while you're here. Be patient, because I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. In a turkey price fixing lawsuit, resolving claims that it conspired with other companies to artificially inflate turkey prices, according to Reuters. It was filed in 2019, accused Cargill and other major turkey producers, including Tyson, Butterball, and Purdue. I'm really shocked and surprised and pleasantly surprised that Jenny O wasn't on there, unless Jenny O is owned by Tyson. The lawsuit claimed that the companies allegedly exchanged sensitive information about production and pricing through a data company, AgriStats. This is what really pisses me off. This is why I get so upset about cal-maine and the egg prices and Cargill and the turkey prices. They're literally going behind our backs with their competitors and going, wah, ah, ah, ah. How can we get together and stick it to the consumer? How can we stick it to the consumer that made us rich? How can we screw them over just a little bit more? That's what pisses me off. Like they're not rolling in the dough already. Cargill is one of the richest families on the planet. Do you guys think about this? Do you guys think, when do we get caught? What's plan B? Pay off the lawsuit, sweep it under the rug? I mean, really? Do we need more bad press? Do we? Tyson Foods settling for $4.5. Don't get me started on Tyson. Just gross. Just gross. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. The lawsuit names other industry giants as defendants, including Butterball, Foster Farms, Hormel, owner of Jenny O, Purdue, Kraft, Heinz, every single one of them. So what were they doing with this AgriStats? Oh my God. In 2023, Justice Department sues AgriStats for operating extensive. See, operating extensive information exchanges among meat processors. I just want to know how this works. Feel free to go about your day. I'll be here. The complaint alleges that Agristats violated Section 1 of the Sherman. Let me make sure I get this out. The Sherman Act by collecting, integrating, and distributing competitively sensitive information related to price, cost, and output among meat processors. The conduct harms customers, including grocery stores and American families. Well, don't feel so sad with the grocery stores yet. I got some news on them, too. I should just call this the food gossip channel or something. The complaint filed in District of Minnesota. Jesus, Minnesota. When did you guys get so shady? Minnesota. It's like Fargo. It's getting all dirty. Who's that senator that I like that's from Minnesota? Klobuchar. I'm going to call up Klobuchar and be like, girl, what is going on up there? Why don't we sit down and have some tea? This case is the latest effort by the Justice Department to protect American consumers. Thanks, I guess. Half of you are gone. 3/4 of you are gone. From anti-competitive practices in the agriculture industry. Yeah, so I'm pro-farmer guy all the way. Guys, I'm pro-farmer. But big ag is just, big ag is owned by big corp. Big food and big corp and big ag, they're all in bed together. Complaint alleges that Agristat's scheme, it's a scheme, continues to this day in the chicken processing industry. Ooh, do tell. While Agristats paused its turkey and pork reporting after facing several private antitrust lawsuits, Agristats has expressed an intent to resume such reporting after these lawsuits' resolution. Well, this was 2023. All right, I'm going to do some research on this and get back to you guys. So I don't even have time to get into RFK Jr. in this session, and I was just going to hit stop and then just shove it right out to YouTube Live. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do just a bit of tweaking and bring this down a little bit. I hope you had fun digging in the dirt like I did. I'm going to research a little bit more of this Agristats company. Ooh, this is going to be fun. And I'll let you know what I find out. You can always trust me to bring the receipts. We found them together, so you know my process, right? And it really is it's interesting to see how the industry works from the inside when you pull back the curtain just a little bit. All right. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Have a wonderful unicorn day. And I'll be back with more of this juicy, juicy gossip.